Rumour spread across the land. The people said, there's a witch. Bring her down. And in that time, many died. Fear was rife as the people cried, there's a witch. Bring her down. Across the borders, whispered through, the story swell. Fascination grips the land. This northern town, stench of hell, of the witch and bring her down. In 1612, rumour spread to the king. The people said, there's a witch. Bring her down. He charged his men to guard the tombs. He knew their task would never fail to find the witch and bring her down. Inquisitions rocked the town. Names remained. Accusations flew around. Friends and family all were blamed. On the witch and bring her down. 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 The witch and bring her up. The witch and bring her down. The witch and bring her down. The witch and bring her down. The witch and bring her up. The witch and bring her down. Bring her down.
I tell you, Catherine, he was staring at you.
He was not.
No, it's just Catherine. Would you like some of their flowers?
You were so terrible to the boy. He was simply being kind, a mere gesture for my helping his father.
Ah, but in Abraham Law's eyes, that's a proposal of marriage. Oh, be easy on the girl now. It's not every day a woman gets engaged.
Enough now, all of you. If you get your way, you'll have me with him.
Aye, and if he gets his way, he'll have you with child. Hey, joking aside, there's a fierce and jealous street to Abraham Law. You be careful not to laugh at him to his face. God only knows what his reaction would be.
He's nothing but a lad. He's neither the wit nor the wisdom to bear folk an ounce of malice.
Yeah, but to curse him, act in front of folk.
Enough. Remember, a younger sister sits with us. Come now, let us not be setting upon Abraham Law of all people.
That's right. You leave and betroth the one.
Where were you? I was frightened.
I didn't mean to hurt him. I cursed him and he fell down ill.
Oh, fell down drunk more like.
He called me a witch. Oh, please don't let him denounce me to the magistrate, please. I'm a God-fearing girl who knows nothing of such things.
Come now, nobody's denouncing no one.
We must leave.
You'll be going nowhere. Either you or Janet, except to the spare bed and be sleeping here. I'm not having you going anywhere in this state. And we'll have no more talk on the subject of magistrates or witches. Come on, it's time you're making for home.
You know, we haven't discussed, Mass for Easter.
Are you insane? You must never speak of this in such an open manner. How many times have I told you must be guarded in these times? The nobility have the means and the money to practice their faith. But being poor and Catholic is a dangerous way of life for the likes of us, whom they speak of in the same breath as witches.
But I was just...
You were just looking to have us well. God only knows. So be mindful with your tongue and be guarded in those asides, and when you make them, are you clear? Are we all clear?
Aye.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Nobody is above suspicion in these dark days. And it takes some people only the slightest reason to cast accusations. I do so worry about all of you.
All of us.
We will speak on the subject again in a day or so, to arrange a time and to make arrangements for Easter Mass. But until then, the 10th day of April it will be, and at Malkin Tower.
Why will we all meet at Malkin Tower?
Aye, what'll be at Malkin Tower?
Did your father never teach you good manners, Abraham Law, or the courtesy of not walking into another's home unannounced? I believe you owe me and my neighbours an apology for your bad manners.
Sorry, Miss Catherine.
No harm done. How is your father?
He's much recovered, thank you, and bids me say how grateful he was for your kind words and help when he fell ill this morning. And what is she doing here?
This is my home and you will hold a civil tongue when inside it.
The whole village knows what she did and the curse she placed on my father. Such acts do not go unnoticed. You thank God and be grateful that my father is not a vindictive man, or else
he will not be receiving this herbal remedy that I have prepared for him to ease his malady, and which you, Abraham Law, will take to him directly. Directly?
Yes, Miss Catherine, but only as it is you that asks me, and so gentle-like.
And be mindful with your tongue, Abraham. This is a close community, and we can well do without needless accusations and chatter on matters that are settled.
The ties that bind a family are strong, mistress, but the rope that the hangman uses is stronger still, and some of you need to remember that. I bid you all good night, Miss Catherine.
What did I tell you? I warned you to be careful of him.
I can guarantee those were not his words. He's merely repeating what has been said to him, which begs the question, how many more think the same way? Well, I think that's enough questions and intrigue for one evening. Come on, it's time you're making for home.
All right then, okay. Come on, let me take it.
Good night, ladies.
Will the remedy really make Master Law better?
That it will, child. It's my own little bit of magic. Now, enough excitement for one night. Time to sleep. What are we to do with you, Miss Alison? Your little sister was frightened out of her wits, as were all of us. Now put this madness from your mind. God will protect and keep you. Of that I am certain. And I guarantee not one person outside of this village will ever know or care about what happened in Pendle today. Now, rest. And tomorrow will bring a clearer mind and a stronger spirit. Good night, God bless. I know you feel alone, unloved, but remember what we always said, that out there is a person we are destined to meet, that special someone that destiny has prepared. Never stop believing that, and never stop believing in your faith, or yourself.
Lord, you have always heard my prayer, and for myself I have one care, that I might leave this world of sin, and free the pain that lies within. I am an outcast in my home, when surrounded I'm alone, no place left for me to hide. My only solace lies inside. All my one regret, wish I can't forget, that one day I would find that certain someone would keep me in his heart and make my own place in God's scheme, and I will find another way, brighter dawn for this new day. A life without regret, a love I can't forget, all I've ever asked to make my life complete without a care, as long as you are there to fill each experience with your love, and simply feel my life, paint out all my sadness with your smile, hold my face within you all the while, and touch my soul. I feel my world aglow. There is no reason left for me to fear. Nothing matters now that you are here. I found my world reborn in
My lady, Captain Roberts is here and wishes to see you.
James, thank goodness. Ask him to come through immediately. James! I was so frightened. I'd heard there'd been disorder here in London, and when I heard nothing from you, I feared the worst. I feared...
Then do not be afraid, my love, for I'm here now, and that is all that matters.
Yes, such silliness on my part. Are you still able to be received at court this evening?
Well,
Of course you are. Silliness again. Father needs to discuss with you the arrangements for the wedding and your position in the regiment. I know he has great ideas for you and your future. He has the plans for our new home on his estate, which nears completion. Oh, James, the grounds and the rooms, so many, and the nursery. I'm so fit in my heart to simply explode. I don't know where to begin at. I do love you so very, very much.
And the next thing to teach one so beautiful is the beauty of silence. Must I be received at court? You know how I detest the excess and vulgarity of the court.
James, please do not speak ill of the king again. I fear one day you'll forget yourself, and the words will come tumbling out in a place amongst people who do not share your views or your dislike of him.
Very well, I will be there and I will make polite conversation and try and find humour in his vulgarity and in his behaviour.
James.
But only for you, and only because I love you so very much. And now the bad news. I've received orders this morning. I am to make haste to the north of England.
No.
Yes, to assist the local magistrate in a civil matter that he's investigating.
But for how long?
A month, maybe 2.
Oh, but James, you promised you would spend time together before the wedding.
I know, but this comes direct from the king, whom I have no doubt will have comment to make upon the matter this very evening.
Why so?
There have been rumours, ridiculous rumours, of a witchcraft in a town called Pendle, I think, and he's sending a man called Mr. Knoll to investigate.
Indeed, Roger Knoll.
So my wife-to-be really does have the ear of the king.
I may have, and don't you forget it. Father mentioned that Mr. Knoll will also be received at court this evening, along with a man named Potts, I believe, and they'll be received along with you. Mr. Knoll is apparently a northern gentleman of simple word and presentation, but strong Christian values.
Just what we need. Another hellfire witchfinder with schemes and plots involving yet more gunpowder and another Guy Fawkes.
James, I say again, you must not speak any more in this way. Feelings still run deep in this country.
You mean in the king and in these lackeys who fuel discontent and find malice and treason in every shadow, in every poor subject?
Enough, James. I know we share very different politics, and I am happy that I can live with that, but you must not, will not, speak any more in this manner. There is more than my good name at stake here. There is also your neck.
I'm sorry, my love. Please forgive me. Your world is new to me. Remember, I was not born into this life, but promoted into it through war and good fortune. I'm but a simple soldier from honest stock, and know only the command of ordinary men.
And it is that I fell in love with, which I would not change for the world. For you are my world. They exist only in the knowledge there is a life out there that awaits us, and a love that will bind us for life.
Because I love you so, your life will know a love that fills each waking hour, and with each passing day, I'll find a way to prove my love and show how I love you so.
Court seems such an overbearing and prohibitive term. Please be at ease in my company and enjoy my hospitality. I know that we have affairs of court and state to discuss, but let us enjoy the occasion. And also the fair.
Lady Sarah Owen and Captain James Roberts.
Your Majesty, I am honoured by the opportunity to accept your invitation to court, and have pleasure in presenting my fiancé, Captain James Roberts.
Your Majesty.
You have exquisite taste.
Why, thank you, Your Majesty.
I was talking to Lady Sarah. My dear, I trust your father is in good health.
Indeed, Your Majesty.
And during the course of this evening, I hope we become better acquainted with the dashing captain. Something.
I'm indebted to Your Majesty.
And we will remember it.
Mr. Roger Noel, Justice of the Peace, and Mr. Thomas Potts, Clerk of the Arraigns.
I know that you are here because because of us, but the reasoning escapes us. Your Majesty, it is a matters of discourse in the north of the country that your Privy Council did make mention of some time ago. You may recall that you wish to employ Captain Roberts on the same affair.
I am honoured to be here speaking with your Highness concerning such affairs.
Well, there can only be one response. How happy I am.
Your Majesty, our intelligence sources advises that a place called Pendle in the county of Lancashire harbours those who would plot against His Majesty.
We're greatly aggrieved by this news, for we still bear the scars of those Catholic plotters which some years ago tried to usurp the throne.
But I am indebted for the opportunity to serve Your Majesty.
But of course you are. And you will take this opportunity to rid us of this problem. Pendle is a particularly lawless and malevolent place, and we also want you to treat it with the utmost importance and gravity. And whilst you are there, you will deal with those recusants which will not take our Protestant communion in our church.
Your Majesty, in commanding me to...
Consider it done, Your Majesty.
Ah, Mr. Potts, by your brevity, we foresee a bright future for you outside the courts of London, and we desire that you keep a record of the proceedings, which will serve both as a guide and also as a warning to those that would meddle in demonic arts.
But is there proof, Your Majesty?
Mr. Potts, just as I was beginning to like you. Captain, gentlemen, you will leave for Pendle in the morning. And Lady Sarah, you will walk with us. Gentlemen, having concluded your investigation, your actions will be dictated by three choices: justice, the law, and my will. The first will be influenced by your heart. The second, by your intellect. And the third, by your aspirations. But mark this well, my will transcends all, and justice will not protect, nor the law defend any man that is against me. Sleep well, gentlemen, and choose wisely. Lady Sarah.
Well, Captain, it would appear that we shall be fighting against the evils of witchcraft together.
You may be fighting witchcraft, sir. I'm a soldier and know only the art of making war, not spells. There needs to be an enemy to fight, and I have yet to see an enemy, so there can be no war. My lieutenant and I are housed at the inn at Cheapside. We will settle our affairs there and make all haste for Lancashire.
Captain, I require you to travel with us.
The King requires, sir, you may request.
But I-
Though I suggest you do not attempt the former, as a refusal so often causes offence. We will meet again in Pendle. Godspeed you both.
I fear trouble lies ahead for us with our captain.
If there is any trouble to be had, it lies with our officious captain, and not I. Mark my words, he will yield to me. Come, Potts.
earn at the cost of other souls.
Never to confess is in our interest.
We are duty bound to God and King,
To guarantee the king will have embroiled all the tales thereof, and give him Pendle Town. Give him Pendle Town. Give him Pendle Town. Give him Pendle Town. Give him Pendle Town.
I am here for the king, what you know is my name. I am not to believe in those who bring shame, not just on themselves, but all the pain. If you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to fear. Get out of my way.
There's nothing to find, we are nothing to lose. We have heard all the tales of the things that you do.
In my duty to God, in the name of the King, I will bring down this evil and the guilty will swear. There's evil in this town, I can taste it, I can smell it. I really see the truth, and so your loyalty would be to God's name. Live for the day, and do not worry what the future holds. Live for the day, and I will help redeem your wayward soul, wayward soul. Live for the day, pray for the day, hope for the day, hope for the day. Word, God, King, forever, forever, like down when we were bound. Show them trouble and fear. Soon there will be no more sound. Let's go inside as death left us
How dare you shout and threaten women and children? Is that what the king has told you to do? Look at their faces. Is that what the king would expect? Frightening innocents with accusations and insinuations?
Witchcraft, madam. The devil's doing has been plied in this village, and I will find it, and all those who immerse themselves in its unholy practices. I will speak to all of you in turn, and it will be better for all of you if the truth were out, or as God is my witness, I shall fill Lancaster jail until I find the evildoers, and then hang them all!
The only spirit in this village, magistrate, is the Holy Spirit, and whatever your sick mission may be, you will find no wrongdoing here. And if you attempt to fabricate any, it will be my body you will have to cross.
Hold your tongue, Catherine, and do what the magistrate asks.
At last, the voice of reason in the village.
And that, Abraham Law, is not only the first and the last time you ever lay hands on me, but the last time you dare command me as if some chattel.
But
Quiet, man! Unless you want to know more than the sharp edge of my tongue.
Soldiers, take this woman. Stand fast! I said Caesar.
And Lieutenant Sykes gave you men an order.
I gave them an order.
Yes, and it is the first and last time you will give an order to my men.
How dare you?
Because I can, sir. And I will not tell you again to desist from handing out orders to my men. Men, leave the village, make camp outside and await my instruction. Lieutenant Sykes, will you ensure this is done?
With pleasure, Captain. Men, on your way. Are you injured, mistress?
No, sir.
Edward will suffice.
Edward.
And your name?
Devis. Miss Devis.
Then I'll be content in knowing your last name and assume your Christian name is as charming as you.
Lieutenant, fraternising with the very folk we're here to investigate is a dangerous practice.
And crossing me, Magistrate Noel, even more so.
Lieutenant.
On my way, Captain.
And so we have soldiers as well as a magistrate. The king must be very concerned with the threat that the women and children pose to his crown.
The politics or reasons as to why I'm here are no concern to me. I'm a soldier. I'm here to keep the peace.
With the sword and the noose.
With common sense and compassion.
Fine words from one investigating wild accusations of witchcraft.
Well, I have yet no knowledge of anything to investigate. Unless you wish to tell me differently.
I wish to tell you nothing.
Then we can thank the Lord at the prospect of you actually being silent, at least for a short while.
How dare you?
As I've already told you, madam, because I can. And while we're on the precipice of civility, my name is James. And yours?
I did not, will not say.
And you will not because?
Why, sir? Because I can. Good day, James. Come, Alison.
It would seem this man has evidence that we need to hear.
Very well, Mr. Noel.
No, you misunderstand, Captain. That we need to hear.
You've said in plain terms where the demarcation lies in our respective jurisdictions, and when you're required, you will be called for. Come, gentlemen, we have much to speak about. Get out of my way.
Oh, you're welcome.
For what?
Your apology.
But I did not apologise.
I bet you will.
Oh, and why so?
Because you are strangers in town, and I'm the proprietor of the only inn. So unless you want to spend your evening with a pig and an ass, you'll apologise.
Never.
Then I pity the pig. One ass is enough for anyone to spend the night with.
Be very careful, gentlemen, of choosing sides too early on in the game. The heart may fool the head into confusing friend with foe. I'd hate to lose you as a friend at the expense of such cheap humour.
I would apologise to the magistrate if you know what's good for you, Wickham.
If you know what's good for you.
What?
A kick up the arse.
Compox.
Cumpox. Is that a name or an affliction?
What's your tongue, innkeeper?
Watch my boot half wit.
Come, gentlemen.
Sweet dreams then.
I apologise.
But what for?
Well, I don't know, but it seems to be the only way to get a bed in this town. Captain Roberts.
Oh,
James to my friends.
Wickham, innkeeper, and jailer.
An odd combination.
Not really. In my experience, one establishment usually follows on another.
You have an interesting perspective, Mr. Wickham.
Oh, it's Josiah. I have a habit of trying to make friends rather than enemies.
Well, I beg to suggest you've just made your first two.
Come, let me show you to my humble establishment. I wish you much success here, James.
I sincerely hope you are wrong, Josiah.
Alison Devis, I recognise her. She's given evidence before me in another case. But the other woman, who's she?
Catherine Howard, a spinster of these parts. She lives in her late parents' home. She's a fiery woman, but a God-fearing one, and of no interest to you, sir.
All are of interest to me, Master Law, and I will decide where my interest lies. And at present, it lies with Alison Devis. Now, you claim she struck your father down with a curse just a few days before I arrived.
Oh, indeed, sir. She begged for him in goods without payment, and my father told her to be off. The next thing, she curses him, and he falls to the ground, unable to speak, unable to move.
Curse. More likely a spell. And your father, how is he now?
Still unwell, sir. That is why he cannot be here. He tires so quickly and needs to rest. If it were not for Catherine and the remedy she sent for him, I would...
Remedy? What do you mean by this? What was in this potion?
Well, sir, I do mean a remedy, made from herbs.
But what you describe is clearly a potion. And the effects of this liquor on your father was?
Well, he is much improved, sir. But I doubt it was the remedy that did...
And how soon, after drinking this potion, did your father recover?
Well, he's not fully recovered.
Answer me, how soon?
Within the day, sir.
Thank you, Master Law, that will be all. We shall speak further upon this later at the inn. You may go. Well, Mr. Potts, the pieces of the puzzle begin to fall into place. God-fearing women who mix potions, eh? I fear we've stumbled upon more than just a black art here, you know. I smell conspirators, Catholic conspirators.
But the king will only learn of what takes place here because of the record that I make.
Precisely.
But what you suggest is at best mere conjecture, apart from one possibility.
There is only one possibility, only one account, and I shall dictate the account that you will keep. Such was ordained long before we arrived. If history has already been written, then how are we and who can we change it?
Oh, what of the injustice against these people?
And what a failure in the eyes of the king. Their fate is already sealed. It is our duty to ensure that current events concur with the preordained outcome.
But this is wrong. This will be my name on this, my words that condemn.
You are already condemned. The question is, do you wish to join them? Exodus chapter 22, verse 18, Mr. Potts. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. My friend, we are instruments of fate just as much as these poor souls, and you must accept that fate in the tableau before you. I realise it's a bitter herb to swallow, but if the unpleasant duty of marrying fact with fate lies with us, then we must just ensure that events follow their course, however unnatural that course might be.
Then God forgive us.
Aye, and the king reward us. Come, we have much to do.
And a beautiful one at that.
Either you've been at your own ale or you're taking leave of your senses. The weather is fair filthy out there this night.
Aye, but in here with a warm fire, a cheery eye, and the company of such beautiful ladies as you, a man's heart can only be cheered as if it is blessed by the sun from paradise.
Aye, he's drunk.
Oh. Oh.
Get out the way, you'll be moved by my boot.
Oh, it's you. Oh.
Hey, Catherine, Lucy with us, there's much to discuss.
Aye, such as what?
Well, this is business with Alison.
There is no business. She is not a business. She is a friend, a neighbour, and not some item of property to be talked on or mulled over.
But Alison...
But nothing. She sits here with us. Talk to her. not about her as if she were not present.
But the magistrate.
The magistrate is none of our business either, and we are most certainly none of his.
But the magistrate, he tends to question people. What if he asks us about Alison?
Then we will tell him what we all know.
And that is?
Nothing. We know nothing, so there is nothing to say. Come now, who would have an interest in the likes of us?
I can think of a God-fearing, handsome, young, well, mature man that longs to have his emptiness filled by...
Approve! I will take to you if you do not be off now.
All right, I can take a subtle refusal.
You think that's subtlety, Master Wickham? You had better be more careful and look to your head. For next time, I will be more direct.
Come now, let us not be quarrelling on this matter. I think I have not the stomach for this ale no longer, nor the company. God-fearing men of the king must not be seen cavorting with witches.
Oh, Miss Catherine, you forgot something. Your carriage home. Now look, I've spoken with this man at some length, and he's the most common sense that's come out of London in a lifetime, maybe even longer. As for you, sir, you keep your tongue with this lady, or else you might end up hopping in a pond. Ribbit, 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 ribbit.
I'm not your enemy, miss, and I never plan to be. I'm merely a soldier here to keep the peace, and that does not mean keeping sides. Or keeping quiet when I feel there is injustice in the air.
5 minutes later, she'd have been in the air.
You see, I laugh with you. I find just as much nonsense in this as you do. Please be seated, all of you, and leave not on our account, and accept my humble apology for making you feel unwelcome in your own home.
And you have just as much right to remain here as anybody else, Alison.
Then you will accept my apology also. In these past few days there has been little cause to find merriment in anything that has occurred in this place.
And then, can I take it with our current cordiality, I may call you Catherine?
I would be pleased with that, James. But to tell you this in all sincerity, you will find nothing of witches in these parts.
Oh, well, in the...
Do not speak so soon! Behold, the curse of Pendle is amongst us. And I have it within my power to turn men to stone and women into wart-ridden harridans. Methinks someone's beaten me to this one already. In this little town called Pendle, soon your wicked ways you'll mend. Busybody's finger will accuse. They'll spin some pretty tales. Hear the magistrate prevailing, all your evil ways curtailing, as he orders, take her to the jail and hang her by the wrist. Unless you want accusing, you'll find no one accusing the fairest little woman in the town. You'll only see my beauty, all of her to a beauty, and you'll never know what's really beneath this sky. Bubble, bubble, tire and trouble, two toes, one to spit. Bubble, bubble, tire and trouble, one alone. Feel my skin, feels so peachy. It's a shame it's always so itchy. I can't believe I'm 19 and still in a single bed. With these hips so made for real, and these lips so red and seaweed. I can't believe I'm 19 and still in a single bed.
Well, I can.
I'll mix a loving potion, and you'll never have the notion that I'm not the most attractive girl in town. He will only see my beauty, or I'll turn him to a new
seem you've landed right in it. A carrot for a nose, 2 cabbages for a bosom.
Don't ask where the parsnip is.
Ever the jester. I would have stayed for a bowl of hot soup, but I think I'll eat elsewhere now I'm fully conversant with how and where you store your vegetables.
Oh, funny. Oh, funny. Well, look, it's just a bit of light-hearted fun for
Apologise.
I beg pardon?
Apologise.
But what for?
Different when the boot's on the other foot, eh, Wickham?
Oh, well, please don't hold this against these folk. I don't want you to blame them for what they've done. It was merely me. I'm just having to...
Oh, no. This offence occurred long before the present insult. Innkeeper and jailer, is he, Potts?
Indeed, Mr. Noel.
In that case, then, I must exercise my authority as magistrate and ascertain whether a person such as this is suitable to hold 2 such positions of responsibility in the community.
But he was only...
And you can hold your tongue, woman. I've had sufficient words with you. Well. Potts, if you please.
There are a number of you that the magistrate may wish to speak to in the morning. I would be grateful if
No! You will be spoken to in the morning. There is no may, there is no could about it. And Potts make a note of all their names so easily can be identified, although some of you are already known to me.
They have no doubt how you came
We can't know
by those
others.
names.
The magistrate needs help, not hindrance.
So the peddler's son has the ear of a magistrate.
Better a magistrate's man than a soldier's whore. You will regret that.
As will you if you take one step further. Mr. Noel, I believe this matter may be addressed in the morning.
I believe on this occasion you're correct, Captain. Mr. Wickham, I think it wise that this establishment be closed for the evening and these good folk away to their beds.
Immediately, sir. Right, come on, everybody.
I believe there are still many things to be discussed and many testimonies to be recorded.
Wickham is a good man, James. He means well, and he is no fool. This life, this place, it's been so void of warmth and gentleness in these dark days. It felt good to laugh. For a brief moment, it felt like the old days.
And it felt good to share that moment with you.
What is it?
Catherine, you're an astonishing lady.
I doubt I could ever lay claim to such a grand title as a lady.
Now, believe me, I've been surrounded by those that lay claim to that title and all it entails. You have a strength, a character, and I believe inside you a gentleness and a regard for the good that others carry inside them. And that makes you more of a lady than any woman I have ever met.
You don't speak like a soldier.
And you don't speak like a simple village woman.
Who are you, Captain?
Just a man with a duty to his God and his king, but with a far greater duty to his conscience and his soul. And now you stare at me.
I like staring. You're taking the measure of the person and who they really are. We may be from different worlds, you and I, but I'm of a mind we're of similar spirits in these dark times. And I trust that in time that we'll also be friends. And I don't know who you are. I only know your name. But something deep inside me speaks and tells me we're the same. A kind of kindred spirit
have so much to gain and so little to lose. Behind you they laugh and they call you a fool.
Have you heard how they speak? Have you seen how they stare? They have no compassion, they have not a care of the true man inside. This is not revenge, do not feel any pain. Do not hold any guilt, do not burden a shame. You are helping your faith, you are helping your king. When the reckoning comes, we shall see them all swing. It's the price they must pay.
I loved her all my life. To me, she seemed so real. I thought that she would be my wife. I thought our fate was sealed. I saw her hold his hand. I saw it in her eyes. There was never true love, just ridicule and lies.
We are pawns in a game of this, I am sure. I will play out my part until I learn more. People that work, but not in this town. It lies not in them, but inside the ground. I must find the truth, but also take it, and not be a victim of them.
Can't believe my dream is here. Never felt this way. But I am not afraid. It's fate that brings me here. To the How would I seek your assistance?
I was not aware you were at such an advanced stage of your inquiries, Mr. Noel.
The stage I am at is of no consequence to you. What is of importance is that you do your duty and act in accordance with your orders.
I need no reminding of my orders. If your actions be warranted and lawful, if they are such, you can rely on both me and my men.
Let me worry about the law. Potts, read out the names on the depositions of all those I require to submit for examination.
James, what is this? Why do you allow this?
We do not allow this. It is not in our jurisdiction to stop the examination. The king commands it, and we are powerless to prevent the magistrate from seeking to examine those on whom he's obtained information.
He is
simply
right.
seeks to question, that is all.
He is right. Your folks will be best to submit to this. But you told me yourself, there is nothing to be feared. And therefore I have neither the power nor the good reason to prevent this.
And it is interesting that you do not state whether you have the will to prevent this.
Our fine captain is strong on words, child. But be clear, he's of a clearly different stock. He does not have it in him to sully his hands with the business of common folk.
The only stock from which I am, madam, is England, and there is no other division. There is no other...
What a fanciful picture you have of this land. You are part of what takes place here today because it is in your blood. And what now befalls us was decided long before you arrived. It is neither king nor God that will be insulted this day, but a small matter called justice.
I grow weary of this public debating, and the law does not afford for such public accommodation. Potts!
The following persons are required for examination at Reed Hall in the morning. Elizabeth Devis. Alison Devis.
What is this madness? As God as my witness, these people have done no wrong.
Careful what you say, woman. Whether it's perjury, blasphemy, or insanity, you may live to regret your words.
But I have done no wrong. We have done no wrong.
Do not be afraid, Alison.
You are one of them. You stand with them, Judas. What has this land, this country become?
Now England is still a place where the God-fearing and righteous will prevail. Truth will out, and the innocent will know no fear. You have my word on this.
May I suggest, Captain, you do not make promises that are incapable of being kept.
Potts.
We cannot allow the king to do this.
And you will be careful where your tongue leads you, woman. Witchcraft may be misconstrued, but treason, that is unquestionable, as is its penalty.
But this is England!
Silence! I have had my fill of these treasonous insinuations, and Captain, will you do your duty? Or do you side beside these dissenters to the king?
You may question my judgment, but be warned, Mr. Noel. You question my loyalty to the court, or my allegiance to this land, and you forge an enemy that will be your ruin.
Do not dare to threaten me. And if you will not do your duty, I will do it for you. There is no doubting who the evildoers are here, and they will stand before their accusers, before the courts, and before God. Take them! Stand fast! I will not ask again. Or do you wish to be party to treason this day?
I demand to know who accuses them. You knew of this.
How could I know? I swear.
Do not dare to swear. Insult my intelligence, but do not insult my God.
Well, Potts, what a hotbed of not only witchcraft, but indeed treason we find in this godforsaken place. The king was quite right. And you, Captain, you've shown your true colours, and they're the same as your fellow conspirators. You're not worthy to wear that uniform. You, sir, are an affront to the title of Englishman, and I accuse you of being not only a coward, but a traitor.
You may insult me. You may attack my character. You may question my judgment. But you dare, with the faintest of breath, to further question my loyalty to the king or this land, and I swear I will cut you down where you stand. Very soil of this land runs in my veins, and I will protect these people this land, and my right to be called an Englishman till my heart beats its last. And as God is my witness, sir, I will not allow some perverse interpretation of the word of law or Lord to defile this country in which my soul was born. In this land of faith and charity, I find my soul set free. For when the world is dark and cold, I close my eyes and see there's an honour that I carry with me always. It's the pride of knowing England is my home. I will stand with all my brothers here, united in our goal. I will not forget the feeling burning deep within my soul, and the honour that I carry with me always is the pride of knowing England is my home. There is nothing like my England with its green and luscious land. I stand proudly with my brothers hand in hand. There is nothing like my England, it's a place I call my home. It's the pride of knowing England is my home. No matter where I roam, England is my home. Fight for truth and liberty, feeling full of strength and pride, defending friends and loved ones, knowing right is on my side, and the honour that I carry with me always is the pride of knowing England is my home. There is nothing like my England with its green and luscious land. I stand proudly with my brothers hand in hand. There is nothing like my England, it's a place I call my own. It's the pride of knowing England is my home. No matter where I roam, England is my home. Here I stand, an Englishman,
see who's asking for what, and who pays the fee. And then we manipulate who gets ahead. Our friends in high places will share in the follow with one, I follow low. But always remember you reap what you sow. And all that remains is to simply take care. Ensure you keep your head while others lose
We wish to speak to the king.
We were not expecting you back in London so soon, Captain.
There are affairs which must be discussed with the king, matters which cannot be delayed.
That will not be possible.
Why? He's right there. We've been waiting several weeks to speak to him. We need to make him aware.
And we have made you aware that the king is not in a position to see you.
Out of my way.
Let us make ourselves perfectly clear. It is not a question of the king being nearby, or the fact that you believe that you need to speak to him on vital importance. The issue is this, and you will remember it. You will not see the king.
I am not here for polite conversation. This is a matter of life and death. There are innocents whose very lives are at stake.
Captain, we are not your enemy. Come, attend us and explain what it is you require, and we will do our utmost to assist.
Thank God. For a moment I felt all sanity had left the court. The magistrate Noel is hell-bent on persecuting the poor people of Pendle in some perverse crusade against witchcraft.
You speak as if our inquiry was in some way biased.
Biased? It's madness. It is more diabolical than these so-called devil worshippers that he has a mind to invent.
There are no witches, no witchcraft. We find only simple folk who are being grossly misrepresented and, I fear, whose very lives are in jeopardy over nothing other than a whim.
We will intercede on your behalf, Captain.
You will?
My lord, I see we have before us a man of principle. Such men stand out in this place.
But sir, the king...
Gentlemen, you are good men, and I can see honest and passionate ones also. But you know nothing of court and how it must be approached.
But this is a matter of life and death.
Captain, your place is in Pendle, and I hazard the king's answer will follow quickly on your heels.
Very well, I am in your debt.
Noblesse oblige, dear Captain. And we are your friends, and justice will prevail.
Absolutely.
The king will now retire.
So, we return to Pendle.
Yes, but first I must see Lady Sarah while I'm in London. There are affairs between us that need to be discussed.
And would those affairs be Catherine?
What has Catherine to do with Lady Sarah?
Oh, indeed.
Edward, I'm here for all the people of Pendle, who Catherine is what?
Indeed.
Edward, say what is in your heart, and do not speak like some earnest playwright.
James, your life is here. Your love is here. In London, or at least it was. I myself have no ties here, save for those I hope to find in Pendle. You've grown close to Catherine, but do not allow yourself to be distracted from your duty. I understand I have similar feelings for Alison, but love comes in many guises, James, and so do mistakes.
Save your common sense for your work, and lecture me not on how to live my life.
I do not lecture. I simply ask you to consider what you know to be right.
I've spent my life doing what is right by others and not myself. I will not spend my life wondering what could have been. Perhaps love is at the root of the greatest folly I am about to commit, but it is mine to commit, my choosing, and I am prepared to pay the price, because I truly believe in my heart that the cost of doing nothing would be far greater. I will see you at the inn at Cheapside. If we are to make Pendle in time, then we have a hard ride ahead of us.
And some hard decisions.
Caution was ever the excuse of the weak, Edward.
And also the saviour of the foolhardy.
So soon?
Affairs of government. Urgent matters required me to seek an audience with the king, to seek his intercession.
Oh, James! I have the plans for our new home. Our father says it'll be more grand than his. No expense is being spared on the detail to make it the most comfortable, most lavish estate for miles.
Sarah, the people of Pendle are in dire circumstances. I fear for their very lives. One in particular, who has become...
I'm sure Magistrate Knoll will protect him, but I'm still unsure of the proposals for the grounds. I'm happy to have a reasonably sized area of water, but Father does also insist that the grounds are stocked with a breeding herd of wild boar, to amuse you and your friends.
His name is Catherine.
Catherine? Oh, do not be drawn in by these witches, James. Magistrate Knoll will have it all in hand, you will see. But why would boar a messy animal? I don't mind to look at them myself, but I will not have them trample the grounds, or even worse.
Innocent people are going to die, Sarah.
Innocence, James, is a matter of perspective and position. The king has often said so. I'd rather a majestic stag and deer, wouldn't you? Far more in line with our status and your future position in the regiment.
Then thank God that people are not behaving in such an uncivilised manner.
James?
God forbid they should protest their innocence, or squeal before they're stuck.
James, I do not know who or what you have been mixing with in the north, but your manner and your language are beneath even crudity. You do not speak like the James that left for Pendle.
Then perhaps I am not. Perhaps I have found truly what I am, and not what others wish of me.
What is this? I am at a loss for words. I do not recognise you.
Now I'm here, I no longer recognise myself.
James, you're frightening me. Whatever troubles you, we can see through this. Do not ever lose sight that I love you.
What is it about me that you love, Sarah?
About you? Well, such nonsense. I love you. Simply that.
No, you're wrong.
Do not be absurd, James.
You've never loved me, the real me.
What is this? What are you saying? You speak like some earnest playwright.
How ironic that I should have accused another of exactly the same thing.
Yes, James. Irony abounds when you are present. The audacious way in which you view my incongruous little life and petty dreams in comparison to your battle with the world. I think my father was right when he suggested you aren't suited to his regiment. Perhaps you should seek out the remnants of the Templar Knights so that you can surround surround yourself with other like-minded crusaders.
Anger does not become you,
Then
Sarah.
what does become me, James?
My lady, is everything wrong?
Get out! What does become me, James? My willing acquiescence to your childish desire to save the world? I am your world. This is your world, or at least it was, when all that mattered within us was ours. Who are you?
The real me is the part of me you've always despised. Sarah, you even said yourself, even our politics are at odds.
James, I can't even begin to consider what is taking place here.
I am simply telling you what I already believe you know. That we love the idea of each other. I could never be what you and your father crave for, and I could never even consider asking you to be what I so desperately need. I see now I'd fallen in love with glimpses of a soul, and from those pieces put together, created and painted in the picture of the woman I wanted it to be.
You make me sound like some monster.
No, my love. You are and have and never will be anything other than a beautiful, charming and lovely woman. Do not change yourself for anyone, Sarah. Learn from my mistakes. You deserve to be loved for who you are and not the dreams or ideas of another. I do love you. I always have. But not in the way you need and not in the way I can give.
I feel as if I'm looking through a window, out onto another world, and my mind is racing, competing with my heart. And I fear that neither can win this race in which your love is the prize. So, this is goodbye?
It was always going to be goodbye. But now the time has come because I no longer feel my mind is here.
And neither, I think, is your heart. Nothing's ever planned. Nothing stays the same. I must let you go to love again.
You have changed my life, kept me from the storm. Now it comes to this, just one last kiss.
Because I love you so, I'll let you go and free you from this love. If I can find a way to make you stay, then I shall leave. Just before you go,
I cannot explain why this has to be. We can never choose what fate demands.
listen to your heart.
It fills my waking thoughts and occupies my dreams. Forever be a part of me. There is no other way for me to stay and ease the pain you feel. I cannot stand the shame. I hold the place
16th of August, in the year of our Lord, 1612. Magistrate Noel presses ever onward with his examination and is about to commit these poor souls to trial. He has indicated that he wishes a transcript of any court proceedings to be full, comprehensive and colourful, to paint pictures with dramatic prose, so that the witches and their vile practices will be known to the king and court, and they will know the just and pious course that the magistrate and judges have pursued on their behalf. And I am to provide that colour, to illuminate pale facts with the deep crimson of hatred, the vivid jade of envy, and gild it with the gold leaf of profit. So what will that make me? How will history recall the man who forged its pages? Remember me for what I really am and not what others see. My words and name will stand accused for all of time. Those instruments of innocence who knew no other way, who had no care for what they did or what they had to say, and blindly walked into the arms of hell, not knowing they were goods to trade, a thing to buy and sell. I find rest. Have I failed in God's scheme, his moral test? And will my name forever be a sham, and history recall that I stood by and did not act, that Louis Blas's cruelty replaced the need for fact? I sold away my soul and my good name, succumb to greed and tyranny, turn lives into a game. Demons haunt me, fate awaits me, history will judge and take me. My spirit now sealed within its cage. Knowing who I am. Remember me.
noisy, pig-headed, arrogant son of a... You'll wait the dead and they might give you a warmer welcome than me. Oh, James.
Catherine, where is she? She must be here. I need to speak to her. I've been to her home, and it is all dark, and there's no answer.
I don't know.
You are too late. The Crusader arrives back, Mr. Wickham, and not knowing it would seem that the battle is lost.
What? Makes sense, man. Josiah, what's he talking about? What's happened?
You are too late. It has begun.
That magistrate Noel arrested a group from within the village, charged them with witchcraft, and they're standing trial at Lancaster Castle as we speak. Now they've been examined, denounced, and they're up there. Now I've got a friend, he's a jailer.
No, this cannot be.
It can, and it is so. Noel was right. Now the facts do ally with the fiction.
But Catherine, what has become of her?
She is held with the rest.
Edward, what happened?
I've just spoken with one of the villagers. Catherine tried to prevent the soldiers from arresting some of the women, and she was also detained.
Not for witchcraft then, thank God.
At present, no.
What do you mean, at present?
There is another witness to be called, another examinate, who, it would appear, has powerful matters to speak of.
Who is this? Who is it? Tell me!
I do not know! Do you think I find any comfort in all of this? Do you believe it gives me solace?
I believe the only solace you gain, esteemed Clark, is from the bottom. What has happened with Catherine and the others? Why have they detained them?
It has been said that they met at a place called Malkin Tower. It is also said a certain ritual was performed there. Witchcraft.
Nonsense.
It's said that some of the examiners turned themselves into animals, familiars they call them, to charm and entice people.
It is a lie.
Yes, but the facts have been used to support fiction. Recall that night when we all met in here, when Noel came in. Just before Catherine arrived, the women seemingly spoke of Malkin Tower. Abraham Law has also stated he overheard them all talk about it the previous evening at Catherine's home.
Aye. And one of them said they heard Catherine talk about making a herbal remedy, her own little bit of magic or something.
This proves nothing. The facts are being twisted to suit.
Bravo, Captain. Welcome to the real world of men.
Perhaps, if we'd all learned to get along a little bit better and to understand each other, we'd have been better in the long run and not fallen out about the stuff.
What a wonderful world you must live in, Mr. Innkeeper. However, I have heard that you have paid a visit to the Privy Council, and you think that your defence and their very lives are dependent on their decision. They're as good as dead.
I was there, Mr. Potts, and they gave their word to intercede on our behalf.
Any intercession will be to their gain, and no one else's. You have been duped, gentlemen. You have not appealed to their saviour. You have struck a bargain with their executioners.
James, Alison is with them. I must go to her, to see if I can at least speak to her, try to convince her I'm not part of this obscenity, and hope all is not lost, and speak what is in my heart. But what news of Lady Sarah? James, what have you done, you stupid, selfish man? Keep it. You will need it for the battle you seem to be waging with the rest of mankind. It will be of no use in subduing your conscience.
It was a ritual that was practised that night, but not the kind you think. Think what day it was. It was Easter. They were celebrating. They were celebrating Mass. They are. We are. Catholic.
Good night, gentlemen.
They are innocent. They're innocent and we can put a stop to this.
No! Speak a word of this and we're all condemned.
Out of my way, Inky.
Over my dead body.
As you wish.
Do what you must, soldier. Do what you must. But remember this. As long as we have breath in our body, the villagers will remember this. Not as the Pendle witches, but as the Pendle martyrs. James, the trial concludes in the morning. Sleep and pray.
I know sometimes emotions cloud minds. I've fallen, hopelessly fallen into her. Where I go from here an unknown place filled with fear, restless, torn between duty and true love. Lost now, never experienced this hurt, this pain. Why then have I condemned her, this sweet girl? She is so innocent. How can I free her from this? How can I surely dismiss what I know now? I'll never be free, never complete. She has instilled inside me such passion. Why then, why am I fighting to lose her, fail her? My one true obligation should be to my king and country, but tears flow, coupled with anger and yearning, longing, become everything. Hold her, touch her, dear God, give me the strength to hold on to all I believe in. Please help me to free her from this. My fate was sealed
As I suspected, young sir, they're all asleep.
May I?
Aye, you can, but do not disturb them. There's others here as well. Bad buggers, real criminals. What took place today, I do not condone or agree with. The proceedings were an obscenity. Wild accusations being made by friends and family against each other, not based on fact, but based on fear. But, as you bear a note from Wickham, I know that you are the man you can say you are, and you will neither compromise me nor yourself.
I'm in your debt, sir.
Not at all, sir. I'll come back for you later. Oh, look, there's enough injustice taking place here today. Is she your young lady over there?
She should be. If I had but half her strength and spirit, we might not both be here now.
We cannot change what happened in the past. Some say that we cannot influence the future. But take the advice of an old man. Make your peace with the present.
From the moment I saw you, from the moment we met, when we gazed at each other, how I felt such regret. I have wasted a lifetime, never knowing your touch, never sensing such beauty, never loving this much, so pure and so wonderful, so remarkable. Here she lies, dismal place, such an angel's face, bringing light, giving hope. How could I demand that she take the hand of this shameful man? But I can feel her smile within my heart, the warm embrace right from the start. And although I know I can't be there, I'll love her more each day, each passing year.
Quickly, young sir. Someone comes.
My brother, what are you doing here? How did you manage to get...
Trouble not, dearest sister. I am here with you now, with you all, but I come with a heavy heart, as I do not bring you good news of your situation. It is grave, and I would not lighten it any more than that. And I do not see that you do yourself any favours by not declaring to the court the true reason why we went to Malkin Tower. Do not think you need to protect me. I am a Catholic priest, and as such I knowingly accept the fate that awaits me for secretly practicing my faith. Please, you must tell the court.
No! On this we are resolute. What life would this be if decisions of faith and conscience could be taken so lightly? You mean the world to me, but my beliefs are tenfold of this.
A single man with one conscious decision could end this madness. But such decisions take the bravest of deeds that any man can perform. The type that require him to stand while others are seated, to speak while the rest remain silent, to see whilst all around him are blind, and to hear his heart while the rest are deaf to to their own. No!
Tomorrow the trials conclude, so join me in prayer. Pray for each other and your families. And as we pray, we look to the Lord for comfort and solace at this time, as I pray now from Psalms. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Hope you're keeping well, dearest Father. Will I see you soon? In the night, in the dark, in the silence, I hear your voice calling my name. In my dreams, we are laughing, and I feel you close, me close, dearest Father. Silent, I hear. Hope you're keeping well. Dearest Mother, can I come home soon? Through the windows of streaming, I feel you breathe my face. I can still hear your voice saying, I love you so. There in the morning mist, I see you and then you come to me. I'm calling out to you, but you cannot see me. You cannot hear my cry. I will be by your side. I won't be here. I shall be there for you. I will be there because I love you. Dearest Father, how I miss you so.
This day be Wednesday, August 19th, in the year of our Lord, 1612. This court is now in session. All those who have business with this court, draw ye near. God save the King.
If you please.
I can smell a witch, tell a witch. Experience has taught me well enough. Surely to confess is in your interest. You have been condemned by all around. Rid yourself from all this sin, admit your guilt, let life begin. Think of how you free this town. Think. Evil has a stench, a putrid stench which oozes from your very mouth. With every word, free yourself from this. My dears, I have a duty to the king and crown. And God above, the love will bore your justice still. You scream for me to have you killed. There is just one way to go. You must come back. Should you tell me now? I may be lenient, pleasure is not gained from my role here. One thing you must know, I'll never stop until you tell me of the crimes of others here. Bring in a new witness.
Speak, child. You have nothing to fear in this place.
Do not be afraid. Speak what you know to be the truth. We hear you, and God hears you also.
Each night when I am sleeping, I hear it in my dreams. Sweet music all around me, then suddenly it teems with shadows, the forest, and all that live within. They gather by the fireside, and then they all begin to whisper gently like a prayer. Jeanette, dear child, so sweet, so fair, and I'm drawn to the voice, the beautiful voice that calls my name.
My lord, do you see? She is back there. She recalls it as if it happens now.
And then the shadows deepen, they swirl around my bed. They lift me from my slumber, and then I'm drawn ahead. And suddenly I'm flying high above the ground, soaring in the moonlight, not knowing where I'm bound. I see its eyes, dark as night. Feel its claws as it holds me tight. And I feel like I know that gaze and the voice from times gone by.
Do you see her here? Do you now feel this dark eyes tearing at your soul?
Speak her name.
This is madness! So this is what justice in England has come to. The dreams of a child clearly insane. And the lives of these people depend on a man who cares not about justice, but merely seeks blame. These people are innocent, they've done no wrong. What do you know of this? They are caught in the lies you have told all along. How dare you accuse me in this manner?
In my duty to God,
To yourself.
in the name of the King,
I'll see that they pay for the evil and
you forget who you are, sir. We are here for the King. Have you forgotten your duties? What do you wish to say? Why
again. Mr. Noel, if you please.
I am by your side. You know that you can trust me. Tell us of that night. Speak her name.
And finally I'm descending, falling from the clouds. The darkness, it engulfs me and holds me like a shroud. I see the creatures dancing, and fires on the ground. And dark eyes shout at me, I recognize the sound. A woman's voice, I know it well. Its face transforms, I then can tell that I know who it is, a woman who is before me now.
Speak, child. Name her.
Catherine Howard.
Order! Catherine Howard will stand.
And now I find, lost for words, my blood runs cold. From all I heard there is no doubt. The witch is found. I fear to think the story's true, but who can fail? The girls were truly and compelled, reviled, disgusted. Hold the witch and take her down. Take her down! I withdraw my evidence. All that I said was lies. She is no more a witch than you, my lord.
My love, you see how she manipulates the mind. He's just an instrument for her and all her mind. The love in your soul, the love in your time. Oh, not that love in those dark eyes. The love to the court, the love to the king. He's done this in power, have a hope that it brings.
For the shows of your mercy, for the showers of your mercy, for all of our salvation, since you are our salvation.
We have considered the evidence placed before us, and we are compelled most of all by the testimony of an innocent child who is clearly incapable of falsehood. It is the sentence of this court that Catherine Howard has been proven a witch, and we find her guilty!
Not even God could forgive this obscenity.
Damn you! And whatever is left in your soul.
What is this thing that I have done? What is this journey I've begun? And where will it all end? Am I the artist or the paint? Am I the sinner or the saint? A monster or a man? I forged my life from nothing.
reflections, shadows of my life. Now I'm haunted by the man I see. Seen it in your nightmares, man's creations fail. When the beast explores the darkness and covered flames prevail. But that is fiction, gaze for a troubled mind, and a desperate man still wonders if this is all a sign. Do I believe? Dare I believe? Open up your mind and let the quiet still of reason take a hold of you. But be careful as you go, you never know how history will form its tainted view. Oh, even what you witness now as emotion holds your soul. This is not some childish little dream. Never let the weaknesses of others guide your soul. Never underestimate God's scheme. You've seen it in your nightmares, how virtue wins the day. When the sycophants come fawning, so the guilty step away. All that is fiction, a case for a troubled mind, and a desperate man still wonders if this is all a sign. Do I believe? Dare I believe? No, let them judge me. Let history do its bidding. I am the instrument of the state, the people, and the church. I wield in this power the hand of all on this earth and above it. Weak, helpless, pitiful people pervade my life and my conscience, and I spit in their memory. I will triumph. There's nothing left to say. Fate must be obeyed. In your nightmares, how past creations fail. When the weak obstruct the future and providence prevail. The first is not a nightmare, no fictional display. It's a weapon for the weakness that power rules the day. I can't believe. I don't believe. I won't believe.
Miss, there's someone to see you.
Look only at me, my child. For the words and their import are all that now matters. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall stay with me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Yes, there's somebody else to see.
I hoped you would come. Pray that you would be here but one last time.
I could do nothing else.
I seem to have rehearsed, waiting for this moment. And now the words fade from my mind as seeing you makes them seem pointless.
Then say nothing.
But I must, for I have a lifetime's worth of things to say, and yet a moment in which to live them. I know nothing of you, yet I feel as if I have always known you. And in my dreams, I have lived a life that has not been. But it is wrong to speak like that, to dare to believe that.
No, then trust your heart, and dare now. I too have known you, but the beat of a heart, a breath, a mere glance, yet you fill each ounce of my being.
But what of the lady who awaits you in London?
Nobody waits for me, not any longer. All that matters is the moment in which we now live. See, even now you make me speak words of a language I don't know, words that do not even sound like they come from me, and yes, I know nothing of you, but I've always dreamed of this moment, of a woman like you. And now, as fate's great conspiracy cheats our dreams, invades our destiny, I defy him. For I tell you true, before they steal this moment, that without question and before God, I love you more than life. For without you, there can be no life. You will carry my dreams. Who will love me the way you do? Who will answer my prayer? Never be there. We fell in love on borrowed time.
I will carry your dreams. I will love you for all that time. Remember how we first met. Fate dealt our hand. We fell in love, though on borrowed time.
No, I cannot stand by. No man will stop me from preventing this madness.
James, no one can. No one must intercede.
But why? What would that prove or achieve, other than my losing the one soul in existence that matters to me?
Because some things are meant to happen. Some wrongs in life are needed to prevent much greater ones occurring. We possess something so precious that even death himself cannot dismiss it. We are meant to be together, and someday, in a better place we will be. But this is not that place.
But I will give up my life for you. I love you.
I know, and it is that love which allows me to accept my fate.
I send my love to the gallows and she accepts it.
Yes, for this is a love beyond all I have ever known, so deep that it allows me to be at peace. And now, you must let me go to it.
I don't want you to leave.
My love, there is no choice.
There must be some reprieve.
My fate has now been sealed. I will
Carry your love inside my tears, inside my heart. Through all You come like a Judas in the night. My one true friend and ally, come to kiss my cheek and to...
Edward, what is it?
It is Alison. She was hung this morning.
God. Out of the depths I have cried to thee, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. let thine ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications.
Catherine, I tried. As God is my witness, I tried.
Stay back! Do not approach. I may not have my sword, but I will strike down the first man that approaches with my bare hands.
James, no.
What do you mean, no?
James, no. It's over. Potts was right. You know it also.
I just can't let her die.
My friend, the battle is lost.
I can't let her die. I love her.
And I know you speak truly. And I know also that you realise what must now be done.
Catherine Howard, you have been accused by the court of the offence of witchcraft.
Take me instead!
The penalty for which
Leave her,
is taken
innocent!
from this place to a prescribed
you don't let
place
this
of execution, and you will be hung by the neck until you are dead. And may God have mercy on your soul. Do you have anything to say?
I care not whether you now believe me. But I stand before you innocent, as do all of my friends that have been damned. If we bear any sins or misdemeanours, then they are shared equally between all innocent folk. For our sins are of being blind to a world full of greed, envy, superstition, and anger. But I go to meet my God with a clear conscience, and a soul that refuses to be burdened with the weight of what has taken place. And I leave this world knowing the only truth that can now matter, that I will be remembered, and that I am loved.
Look only at me, my child, for the words and their import are all that now matters. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely, goodness and mercy will stay with me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
And in that moment, she was gone.
Her only crime was her innocence.
On the 20th of August, 1612, each would meet their fate.
Elizabeth Davis.
James Devis.
Alison Davis. Anne Whittle. Anne Redfern. Alice Nutter. Catherine Hewitt.
John Volcock
Jane Volcock.
and Isabel Roby were all hanged.
James would return to London.
But he was not the same man that had left those few months earlier.
Hegel and his people had left an indelible impression on his soul.
And he saw within himself a change that would remain with him for the rest of his life.
For he had been touched by a thing so precious, so rare, a things that many of us never truly know.
He had simply discovered what it was, without question or condition, to love and be loved.
Sleep tonight, sweet soul, with the stars.